All right, class, time for break.
Hey, watch where you're going. You know where you're going, Morgan.
I heard you talking bad about me.
Not.
What was that about?
I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
I wasn't.
Yeah, you
no,
were.
I wasn't.
Yeah, you
No,
were.
I wasn't.
Stop. You're going to the office. Come on.
Way to go, Morgan. You got us in trouble.
I didn't get us in trouble. You got us in
You're the
trouble.
one who got us in trouble because
You started it.
You started. Get the microphone ready. You started it, Morgan.
Did not.
Did too.
Great. Now we're in trouble because of you.
Way to go, Morgan. You're the one who got us in trouble. You're the one who got us in trouble.
You're the one who was talking behind my back.
Way to go, Morgan.
Your fault.
What are you guys in here for today?
Right.
We know that's not acceptable behavior here at school. It's very important to keep the school safe and we don't need fights happening. What went down that made it all happen? What started it?
You talking behind my back.
It was Tera.
You were still talking behind my back.
So talking behind our backs, did anything else happen? No? Okay. We know that's not acceptable behavior here. You guys are going to get detentions and we're going to need to go home. Are we good to go back to class or do we need to sit here?
We're good.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, Morgan.
I guess I'm sorry too.
Want to be friends too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Wood. We have a question for you. Our first question is, how do you handle school fights as a school? And what advice do you have for our students?
That's a great question. Sometimes conflict happens. Sometimes it could happen non-verbally from a look or whatnot. Sometimes it happens with a verbal altercation. Sometimes it happens with something physical. Either way, the best thing I can tell you is we handle school fights individually, little by little. Everything's a little bit different than the last one. We consider people involved. We consider the situation. We consider our past interactions, the relationships with the teachers. But all in all, our goal is to understand the why, how it happened. We try to understand what we can do differently next time to make sure that this doesn't happen, and then how do we respond and reflect so it doesn't happen again. So we're trying to retool our students' mindsets, and we do a lot of this through restorative practices. And what a restorative practice means is we come together with parties that have some conflict or some tension, and we try to problem solve, but the students lead the conversation. With myself, Mr. Pilot, our social workers, it's a tough process because sometimes it's hard to talk about our feelings and our emotions, and when we're hurt, sometimes people keep it inside. And more often than not, since all behavior is communication, sometimes people who are hurt tend to reach out and hurt others. And it could be verbally, physically, whatnot, but we try to make sure kids can always repair from this. They can recover from this. They can learn a good lesson. So yes, we don't like fighting, and my biggest advice to students is to take a deep breath, step back, and control yourself. If you can control yourself, better things happen. So you don't sit back and go, oh, I wish I didn't do that. Oh, ooh, that was out of character for me. And sometimes we have to fall a little bit before we learn that lesson. But the best part is you have a school full of resources that help each other out. So that's the best way I could put it. We try not to have those fights, but I'd rather have kids come to me to process instead of come to me to say, ooh, I already made that mistake. Thank you, Tara.
Hi, how can we avoid school fights?
Well, I think we could avoid a lot of fighting at school if kids would, when they start to have a conflict with somebody or an argument with somebody, if they would find an adult to talk to about it. Because we do, myself and the other social workers and Mr. Wood, we do a lot of mediation between students who are having problems so that they can work things out before it gets to the point where they want to fight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how do you stop school fights? That's a really good question, Tara. I think that we all need to, when we're in a disagreement with somebody, we need to stop and take a deep breath and talk it out instead of using, our hands or our bodies. That we need to do more communication. So that's what I would say.
Thank you.
those poses. Pose. Yeah. Show 'em off. Yes, yes.
Be sassy.